Bad news, bad news, bad news. I've got some bad news for you. It's going to get harder. Interest rates are most likely going to go up today. There's going to be increased pressure on people's finances. It's going to lead to an increased amount of stress. There's already enough troubles going on in the world, but we've probably got more stuff coming our way. I can't see it getting any easier anytime soon. Inflation's going up. I just had a look at the Turkey exchange rate. It's gone ridiculous. I had a look at the Pakistani exchange rate and their currencies dropped by 25% in the last week. Really bad news coming from everywhere. So I'm going to share with you something really important today. It's quite an important day for something new. Time to Talk Day, 2nd of February. Make space in your day for a conversation about mental health. Talk, listen, change lives. And that's what I want to share with you today. Whatever you're thinking is going to affect your feelings, your mood and emotion, and it's going to show up in your body in different ways. Here's an image I downloaded off the internet to show how different emotions can hold in their body and how they can affect you. And if you have a look at depression, it can leave you feeling empty and cold, and shame similar. It just draws all your energy out of you. There's a relationship between your mental health and loneliness. One of the things about the bad news that's coming out and the pressures that we're facing and the stresses that we're facing, it can affect our mental health, and there's a high risk of withdrawal, of going inward. While everything else is happening out there, you can have this mental crisis going on while you try to figure out what to do, how you're going to handle it, how you're going to deal with it. And you can withdraw from your friends, family, social groups. You can stop going out to events. You just don't want to connect with anyone. However, that becomes a cycle that leads to even more loneliness, and that contributes even more to your mental health. One of the things with the bad news is it can be accompanied with shame. There can be feelings that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, and that the problems and issues that you're going through are not going to be understandable by someone else, and you don't want to share them. You just want to deal with them yourself, and then you want to go back out to your friends and family and society when you're in a better situation. However, that in itself becomes a cycle. One of the issues with trying to work through things yourself is that you can actually make the problem an issue longer and worse. However, there's some hope. I've got hope for you. The need for connection and community is primal. It's fundamental as the need for air, water and food. I've shared this many a time on my Facebook profile. I need people around me. I've realized it. It's so easy to go into what I refer as a red zone, and I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to meet anyone, I don't want to talk with anyone. I've got problems and issues I need to work through in my head, and I withdraw. However, that's the opposite of what's needed in those times. What we need right now more than anything is we need each other. It's absolutely critical. And as I've mentioned earlier on, today is a good day for you to reach out and connect with someone. That's my offering to you today, is that whatever you're going through right now, whether it's financial pressures, relationship pressures, health issues, you're going to go through them anyway. However, don't try to go through them alone. Reach out to someone, build a support network. One of the things I've realized with my own group, the Awesome Academy, what I thought it was about was goals and habits and achievement and success. But underlying that, what I've really come to understand as well as in the men's group, it's the community. It's that feeling of belonging and that feeling of acceptance when you find someone that you are totally accepted by someone else without judgment, without criticism, without advice, just someone being there present for you, witnessing your trauma, witnessing whatever you're going through. That in itself is very healing. So just as I'm requesting that you go out and seek someone else, you don't have to talk about your problems. You just have to connect with them and just say, I want to go out for a coffee, or I just want to go out for a walk. You don't have to talk about your problems. There's this misunderstanding that you have to expose yourself. You don't. All you have to do is connect with someone and be present with them and do an activity, because that in itself will break down those barriers and soften the impact on your mental health. I've got an event coming up sometime later on in the month, so if you do want to come and see me and spend some time with me, hopefully that will pick you up. I'll send more details on that later on. But go out and reach and connect with someone today. Don't try and go through things alone. As I mentioned before, it can become a spiral, and once you start going into that spiral, it can be very difficult to get out of. So better to nip it in the bud right now. That's the message for today. I started off with bad news, and I'm hoping I've finished with some good news and some hope for you, and I'll be back again another day. Give a like or a post a comment, or share with someone else if you think this has been beneficial. Hope you have a good day.